this diet is harmful to him. And I believe that. I believe the vegan diet is actually harmful, psychologically harmful.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Now, in this video, I'm going to talk about something that Jason Blaha, who is a YouTuber who has a fitness channel called Jason Blaha Strength and Fitness, he put out a video about vegan gains, and he explains why he thinks vegan gains keeps getting injured in his workouts, why he keeps getting injured when he's training, and he has an interesting take on this. So let's have a look at what he has to say.
People can say all that you want. Well, he's got a bad knee, that's why he gets hurt in leg pressing and stuff. Okay, a bad knee does not cause adductors to tear. Okay, it does not cause adductors to tear. He has now had multiple lower body injuries. And I've said in the past, his diet is a factor. Okay? His diet's a factor. Vegans seem to get hurt a lot. And it makes sense why. Because when we think about connective tissue strength, protein matters. Protein quality matters. Total protein intake matters. Everyone goes on and on about protein and muscle growth. Look, it doesn't take that much protein to build muscle. It really doesn't.
That's true. You don't need that much protein. A lot of people, especially a lot of non-vegans, a lot of meat eaters, they get in a lot more protein than they actually need. All you need is 1.6 times your body weight in kilos. That is all you need. Anything more than that has little to no benefit on muscle mass or recovery. So I agree with him on this one.
It's not just about building muscle. It's about connective tissue. It's about connective tissue. And people who are not getting large amounts of protein or are trying to strength train, they're going to be at higher risk of tears. Their tendons are going to recover slower from training. Okay, they're going to recover slower. Right? Veganism is ridiculous. And I'm not going to get into all the moral aspects. I do not hold that it's a morally superior position. It isn't.
Morality is one thing. You don't believe that there's anything immoral about eating animals. It's not about the fact that you're eating meat. It's about the fact that animals are slaughtered in factory farms just so you can have meat. That is the moral aspect. Now, I see this argument so much. People say they don't have a problem with eating meat. It's not about eating meat. It's about where that meat comes from and the process that has to occur for you to get that meat.
I don't believe that it is. I don't believe there's anything morally wrong with eating animals for food. I have no problems with this. I have a problem with people abusing animals. It's part of the process. I have a problem with eating them.
So he says he has a problem with people abusing animals. You can't say that you're against abusing animals, and at the same time you can't say that you don't have a problem with eating meat. That just contradicts with each other.
But we can eat meat without abusing animals, right? It can be done.
No, we can't. You can't eat meat without abusing animals. Tell me how. You can't humanely raise an animal if you're just going to kill it in the end. That just doesn't make any sense. So you can't have meat without abusing animals. Now, the only exception to the rule, I would say, is lab meat. Now, lab meat is synthetic meat, cultured meat, meat made in the lab. That's meat made without abusing animals. That is the only exception to this statement.
But let's come back over to the training elements of it. They get hurt more often. Vegans seem to. It's something I've noticed over the years. They're just more prone to injury.
70% of the fitness YouTubers that I follow on YouTube get injured often. It's not just a vegan thing. It is a training thing. The more you train, the more pressure, the more stress you put on your body, your tendons, your muscles, you're going to get injured. And that's just part of the parcel of training. That's just part of the parcel of training and lifting for life. You know you're going to get injured. And I know that if I'm going to be lifting for life, which I want to be, I want to lift for my life, I am most likely going to get injured at some point. And the best I can do is minimize the risk of how severe that injury is. But I can say that if you lift all your life, if you lift for a long period of time, you are most likely going to get injured in some way or the other. And that's just what it is. As human beings, we are going to get injured the more we train, the more stress we put on ourselves.
This diet is harmful to him. And I believe that. I believe the vegan diet is actually harmful, psychologically harmful. It's the reason they all behave so crazy. And we could argue that there's correlation there too, because sane people aren't going to be drawn to veganism at the same rate that crazy people are. But I believe the diet itself, particularly B12 deficiency, contributes to psychosis and other problems. But it's not healthy. It's not healthy at all. And we're seeing it with his injuries here.
He's completely healthy. And he talks a little bit about B12 deficiency. Let's talk about B12. Now, where does B12 come from? Most people probably think it comes from animals. B12 comes from animals. But no, B12 comes from the soil, the bacteria. And most of the time, those animals in factory farms, they are supplemented with B12. So pretty much those animals are supplemented with B12 and we eat those animals for B12. It's common sense. Supplement to animals to us, or us to the supplement itself.
Diet's harmful to his connective tissue. He seems to get hurt a lot every time he ups his dose, and it's not just a one-off at this point. He gets real strong real quick in his upper body, then he snaps something in his lower body. It's not coincidence.
Not everyone is good at every lift. If Richard's good at bench press, that doesn't mean that he's automatically going to be good at deadlift and squat. I know that my weakness is bench press, but my strength are squat and deadlift.
If people say, I think he's natural, well, I think you're an idiot. I think you're an idiot if you think he is. You clearly do not know what you're looking at, because to me it's blaringly obvious which combinations of substances he likes to use.
How is it blaringly obvious? If you look at Richard, if you look at his physique, if you look at his lifts, nothing comes off as unnatural. Everything is completely natural. He doesn't even, I don't know.
A lot of mistakes here. And this is one of the reasons I won't coach vegans. People have said before, hey, why do you have a no coaching vegans policy? Because they get hurt. They get hurt. They're frail. They're weak. They're injury prone. It is very hard for them to get around that. Very hard for them to get around that. So what this is ultimately rooted in at the end of the day, again, just another example of the vegan diet being a problem. He gets hurt over and over and over and over. And the thing is, he can't admit to it and he can't change it because his entire livelihood, the only thing he's ever made money at is his vegan channel.
I don't know what to say about this. And Jason Blaha, to his credit, he does say that him and Richard, Vegan Gains, have had some beef in the past. But this video isn't to defend Vegan Gains. I like a lot of his stuff. I disagree with him on a lot of stuff. But this video is about the fact that he blames everything on his vegan diet. And he attacks vegans in the process, and veganism, and how they're weak, fragile, and they get hurt easily, which is complete nonsense. Nothing's based around facts. He doesn't say one thing that's based around facts. He brings up nutrition for a bit, and then he doesn't even want to go into detail about that. So let's talk about this. He talks about B12 deficiency, he talks about amino acid profile, and about amino acid profile, not every vegan protein source has a complete protein source, has a complete amino acid profile. But you know what? You don't need one. Our bodies process amino acids over time. So as long as you're eating from a variety of whole foods, plant-based protein sources, you're going to hit a complete range of amino acid profile in your day. As long as you eat a wide variety of food throughout your day, let's say if you eat 3 meals or 4 meals, as long as you're hitting different protein sources for every single meal, you're going to hit your complete amino acid profile. You don't need a complete amino acid profile protein meal for every single meal in your day. Science has debunked this. So I don't know what Jason Blaha is talking about. B12, a lot of vegan products like nut meat is really high in B12. So I honestly, nothing that Jason Blaha has said is backed by science or by any facts. It's just based on the fact that he has some kind of personal vendetta against vegans for some reason. And he doesn't want to admit the fact that Richard is as strong in the bench press as he is without claiming that he's on steroids. Because if he does say that, then he loses all credibility about his attacks on vegans being weak and getting hurt easily and not being able to lift heavy weights. I just wanted to talk about this whole video and debunk some of the stuff that he says. I know that he does have a large following and this is important, and I hear these arguments a lot, and if you're watching this, you've probably heard these arguments: B12, complete amino acid profile. Jason Blaha, I hope you do the research and watch Game Changers. If you think vegans are weak, vegans are fragile, vegans get hurt easily, watch Game Changers, please, and do some research. Thank you guys so much for watching this. I really appreciate it. And if you guys haven't liked this video, please like it and subscribe if you haven't. It'll really help my channel a lot. And I'm curious to know what you guys think about this. So comment down below what your thoughts on Jason Blaha. If you even know who he is, I happen to know who he is because I've been following YouTube fitness for a while. Thank you guys so much once again, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Thank you.